Okay, we are off and running. So welcome everyone to our weekly team meeting on November 14th. For everyone who's attending. Rosemary, I'm going to mute you right now because you're kind of crazy, I think. Okay, so when you need to talk, just unmute yourself, Rosemary. Okay. And we want to welcome Harrison to our team call.
Yay!
And are you in Southern California, Harrison?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. All right. So I was just saying before we even started this call that it's Tom's 60th birthday, and I took my kids to the airport. So don't really have an agenda. So we're going to just kind of fly by the seat of our pants and answer questions and just take it, you know, from wherever. So Harrison, since you're brand new and you've never done network marketing before, so the way to kind of just think about your business is that instead of having a brick and mortar, you now have an online store, right? So you want to get people to shop at your online store, right? So you need to think of ways of getting people to your website to shop. So word of mouth, you know, asking friends and family, you know, for referrals is one way. You know, you don't have to like have big advertising budgets like brick and mortars, but it's just a way to get people shopping from your store. The movement of products is the way that you make commission. Okay, so your online store, we have, you know, CBD is huge right now. The radio's advertising it. Everybody's hearing about it. There's not the stigma about it like there used to be. So our job now.
But still some.
There's still some, yeah. So our job now is to educate people if they still link it to marijuana, educate them that we're hemp, which is totally different. So Pam probably told you that cannabis is like the I can't even think, you guys, the grant.
I know you've had so much going on. No, and Laura, we talked about all that, and you know, Harrison is so awesome. He's already taken upon himself to do a ton of research with all of this. So
okay.
he gets all of that. And
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool that he hasn't done network marketing, because this is going to be an awesome experience for him.
You picked the best company for your very first venture into this.
See, I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a different business model, right? There's still stigma about network marketing that people have, and we just need to educate them, right? It's a level playing field. Doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your background. Doesn't matter your education level. You're just you're compensated on your own endeavors, your own efforts. Okay, so it's total level playing field. You can make a ton more money than Pam. You could make a ton more money than me, right? So just because you came in after us, you could pass us up in the compensation plan, right? So it's total level. Whereas in a traditional business, the employees, a fat chance they're ever gonna make it to CEO level and make more money than a CEO, right? Network marketing, you can go all the way to the top and pass everyone up as you go and say goodbye.
Well, and you know, something really interesting. Wait, Shelly's on twice now.
Wait. Sorry. I'm coming out. Just continue.
Well, I was going to say I had a.
I'm muting you. Okay.
Okay, yeah, Shelly. I had an interesting conversation several months back with a local, like a pet store that had like a lot of feed and that kind of stuff. And they were carrying CBD in their store. So I had a conversation with she wasn't the owner, but she was like the gal that was running the store. And I guess she made a lot of decisions there along with the owners. And she said to me, oh, I would never buy product from a network marketing company because there's too much markup. I said, well, that's really interesting because that product that you have on your shelf right now that you buy from the company that's not a network marketing company, I bet you that sales rep that came in and sold that to you, they make a salary and they probably make commission off of what they place in stores all around the area. And I bet you that that salesperson's boss makes a salary, and I bet you they get a percentage of that salesperson's commission.
Right.
And I went on and on and on, and she just looked at me like she didn't want to hear anymore because she knew I was right. So, and I said to her, I said, you shouldn't be worried about how much anybody marks up their product. All you should be worried about is what your margin is, what you're buying it for, and what you're able to sell it retail for. That should be the only thing that's of importance to you. Like if somebody can buy something for a nickel and sell it to you for $10, but you can turn around and sell it for $25, you should only be worried that you can make that $15 margin. And she didn't want to hear anymore, but it's so true if you think about it. People just have this crazy idea. I mean, yes, there's certainly a lot of layers in network marketing, but think about all the money that we're saving. We're not doing all these big multi-million-dollar advertising campaigns. We're not in brick and mortar stores where we're having to pay that overhead, which is, you can't have a business for under thousands of dollars a month just in overhead. So there's all kinds of savings. So even with all these layers that we have, that many times aren't any more layers than a traditional corporate setting, we can still probably offer a better margin to those that are buying wholesale from us, which, Harris, we didn't talk about that, but we do have a wholesale program and we are allowed to market that. But it has to be to legitimate retailers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And gosh, I just lost my train of thought. I was going to add to the, and then another thing too, to be successful in network marketing, you have to have an entrepreneurial mindset and you can't have an employee mindset. If you have an employee mindset, then you're not going to be successful unless you can change your mindset, because an employee mindset says, okay, I put in 8 hours of work. I need to be paid for those 8 hours of work. How come I didn't get paid? An entrepreneur knows that you have to put in a lot of work in the beginning to make money, right? Just in network marketing, you can be in the profit, you know, the next week. Whereas in a small franchise, I mean, a lot of times you sign on the dotted line that you know that you're not going to be successful for like 2 to 3 years. You're not going to run a profit. Right.
At minimum.
Yeah. And we just have such a low entry, you know, cost that a lot of people jump in, but then they don't treat it like a business. They treat it like a hobby. And that's where it gets its bad name from. Oh, I joined and I, bought all these products and then I never was successful. Well, they obviously didn't work at it and stay the course. You still need to build a strong foundation and not quit after 6 months, right? You have a multi-million-dollar business in the palm of your hands. You need to treat it like that and work hard, and don't, as soon as the time, the going gets tough, you don't bail, because this isn't a business and it's, ebbs and valleys, and you just got to stay the course. Right?
Yeah. I mean, last month I struggled to sign up 7 people last month. This month I've already signed up 8 people, and tomorrow's just barely the 15th of the month.
Yeah.
So you never know. But what we do know is that if you talk to everybody about this, and not in a salesy kind of way, but I travel a lot for my business, and you better believe every Uber I get into, I find a way to bring it up into conversation, because Uber drivers are perfect people for this business, because many times they're doing it part-time. Many times, well, their hours certainly are their own. So we look for opportunity. I was telling him, Laura, how sometimes Steve and I will just go hang out at Costco for a couple of hours and walk the aisles in our Ask Me About CBD shirts. And people ask you about CBD.
Yeah, exactly. And then with this business too, I mean, you can do social media. If you're big on social media, that's a great way to be able to build quickly. But then home meetings, belly to belly, that works too. And your mom, she'll know all about that with Pampered Chef, how to do home parties and stuff. And we have a whole presentation that if you want to do, in-home parties, there's a whole PowerPoint presentation that you can use.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can do it both ways. But if you are good on social media and big on social media, that's huge. And like when I said that everyone is becoming more aware of CBD, what is great for us is we have such a great product and a pure product that we just need to educate them on what to look for when buying. And you can be so confident with the product that you have. You don't have to like hide behind, oh crap, that product over there might be better than mine. I mean, there's other good ones out there, but they're not really better than us because we're so good. They might be kind of on the par. But ours is so good, and you have the benefit of getting it mailed directly to them rather than having to schlep down to some store somewhere and buy it. They can have it mailed directly to them in their mailbox. And now with High Life Travel too, any customer gets travel rewards from buying from us too, which is another perk that I don't know.
We talked a little bit about that today, Laura, because as we continue to, and he comes out of the travel industry, right? That's what he was doing before this.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, isn't that a coinkydink? So we said that what a nice selling point that is to new customers that we're signing up. Honestly, I haven't even been talking about it yet, but I need to be talking about it. Like just by the way, because there could be people that maybe never saw themselves as able to afford travel. You don't know. And
just an FYI, you can't use the travel credits for flights because I tried to use.
That's good to know.
Flights. It's just hotels and everything else.
Yeah.
I think
and that's
a big enough margin in flights.
And even travel agents don't get commission on flights either.
No.
I mean, that's why most travel agents will charge you like a $35 fee for every, or some kind of fee for every airfare that they book, because there's no commission. They cut that out a number of years ago.
Right.
But yeah, it's nice because you get dollar for dollar for everything you spend. And I was explaining to him today that the customers are able to take, like somebody spends $500 over several months or whatever on product, they get that dollar for dollar credit to be able to buy down the retail price of travel off of the customer portal of High Life Travel.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, that just pays for a little getaway that they can go to a hotel somewhere, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
we should do 1 week just on the High Life Travel and really maybe go through some of those. We'll all have to really get keenly in tune with it. It's so brand new that I'm just really starting to understand it.
Well, Harrison will have to lead the discussion on that then. Travel.
Okay, that's your assignment.
You have to go up on High Life Travel, and then you can educate us on how awesome it is. I told you that this team is a level playing field too. Everyone's important.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So, do you have any questions or anything, Harrison?
Not at this time.
Okay. And have you done any of the training videos yet?
I've done all of them.
And have you gone into
Everything that.
Judy's
I'm sorry?
group? Have you done all the units in Judy's group? Judy's group is the Heart and Soul 2.0.
Laura, I just was able to, we were having some problems getting him into the groups, but we got that resolved today. Just, I don't know, magically it got resolved. And, that's why we just did the welcome today in your group. because we couldn't link him. So he's now linked. So explain what you're talking about in Judy's group.
So Harrison, Judy Stallings is a super affiliate. So how we're linked to her is I signed up under Sandy Grun, and her group is CBD Warriors, and she does a lot of prize contests. So you want to be in there because you get entered into winning money every week as long as you have 100 personal volume, which you have right now because you came in as an executive. So make sure you send her a snapshot of your PV, personal volume. So
Which is the top left-hand corner of your dashboard on your in your back office.
And Pam can explain that more too.
Yeah, I will.
This month she's doing a drawing for $400. Okay, so you want to be in that group to be in all the drawings. But she doesn't do training or anything in her group. But Judy Stallings enrolled Sandy, and Judy Stallings was the first super affiliate in the company, and that's one of the top ranks. It used to be the top rank, and then they made master affiliate be the top rank. And in Judy's group, Heart and Soul 2.0, she has all the training videos under units. So once you're in her group, go to the units tabs, and she has.
It's on the left-hand sidebar of the group.
Yeah, unless you're doing it on a phone, then it's somewhere else.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
under learning or something, but you'll find it. And then just go through all her units. She has on everything in the back office, how to be binary qualified, and all the compensation, credit wallet, and dashboard, everything you need. She has a ton of training in there. And so because she has that, then I didn't put it all in my group because I didn't want to, recreate the wheel. I'm much better at pointing. Okay, go here and you learn this. Go here and you learn this. And that's what you want to do. You want to make it very duplicatable. So when you have your new affiliates join, you want to just point them. Okay, if you want to know this, you go here. If you want to know this, you go here. And that's very duplicatable. You don't need to be the big, huge expert, right? Because then people will scare away thinking that, oh, well, Harrison, he's such an expert. He knows it all. I can't possibly do that, But anyone can point someone to somewhere to do something, okay? So this business is all about duplication and making it, easy and duplicatable for the next person and the next person.
Right.
And the brand new people who've never done network marketing to the people who are very familiar with network marketing. Okay. So,
Okay.
what else? What else should we?
I'm trying to think about
Can you think of, Shelley? Should we talk about anything else?
Well, Rosemary, you're so new still. I mean, a few months, but I mean, you're still fairly new. Like, what, if anything, were the things that you might look at and say, oh, I wish somebody would have told me about this?
I just unmuted you, Rosemary.
I think I'm still trying to learn when I'm going to be able to be binary qualified. I still don't understand that.
Okay, if you watch Judy's video on binary qualification in her group,
I don't think so, but to be binary qualified, do I have to sign somebody up under me?
you have to have, you have to have customers and.
Well, not customers. I'm saying to sign up affiliates.
Customers or affiliates. No, they can just be customers, so you can be binary qualified. You just have to have, and Harrison, you cannot be binary qualified in your first month in business.
Yeah. In fact, Laura, just so you know, I talked to him about Jumpstart today, and I said, because I threw like an hour and a half, right, Harrison, of information on him today. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's gonna be on total overload. So I told him to talk about some of the other ways we get paid. Afterwards, just to focus on Jumpstart, start signing people up, bring them onto your team. But Rosemary, we can have a conversation too about, have a separate conversation about binary, and we can just run through the whole compensation plan, because you're at that point now where you can start getting pre-orders. So I want you to understand how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, because I know I've had one person that reordered, So how much more does it take to be binary qualified?
Okay, yeah. So I will get with you separately, like when you can be more focused, because being at Disneyland, I can't believe you even called in from Disneyland. That's so awesome.
No, I wanted to see what's going on.
Yeah, no, we can definitely have a separate conversation about that. And maybe, Laura, we can do just a separate call, because I think you had a really good explanation of binary too, because we have so many new people signing up now.
Yeah, I just, you just don't need to get hung up on binary. Binary is everyone's reorders. It kind of takes care of itself pretty much if you have your, legs on alternate. As long as you are, getting people buying products from you, making the jump start, they reorder, that's when binary comes in. It's residual income. But at the beginning, you're just focused on getting customers and then finding people who want to have their own online business too and do what you do. And I gotta let the dog out. Hold on one second.
Okay, but Rosemary, I can share with you just really quick. There's 3 things that have to happen to be binary qualified. And for Harrison, I'm really jumping ahead of the game, so I'll get you caught up on all of this too. So you have to have your own personal order in, which you're good with your 90 BV a month. That's not an issue. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you have to have under the bottom right corner of your dashboard where it's talking about binary, which shows left side, right side, where it says personally enrolled on each side, you have to have 90 BV showing in each of those. Those could be new customers you've signed up and placed on one or the other side, or it could be reorder. Well, actually it has to be reorder. I'm sorry, it can't be new. It has to be reorders. So 90 BV under personally enrolled, and then down where it says binary volume, your lowest side has to be a minimum of 300 BV, because they always pay on the lowest side and they won't pay until you're 300 BV. So it's those 3 things. Your PV that you've done, your personal volume for the month has to be in. You have to have 90 BV under where it says personally enrolled on each side in reorders. And then you have to have on your lowest side a minimum of 300. So I let that boggle my mind for a long time, because I kept saying, I can't wrap my head around it. I can't. Laura was bugging her to death, like, because I just, for some reason, wasn't getting it. And I realized I was completely complicating
Okay.
the whole thing.
Maybe tomorrow when I stop by,
Yeah,
I can
let's
just
do it
show
then.
you my dashboard and
Perfect.
just take a quick look at it.
Perfect.
If you don't
Perfect.
mind.
No, not at all. I'm home all day up until 2:30 tomorrow.
And just so
Okay.
you know, if you're not binary qualified 1 month, all that BV you don't lose, it rolls over to the next. You're never
Oh,
gonna
that's a really, really big point, because many other companies, like what you earn towards a binary type of commission, if you don't end up binary qualified for the month, in other companies, that volume just flushes. And Josh said, I will never have flushing with this company. So all the binary BV that you earn will go in as like carryover for the next month. And the minute you are binary qualified for a month, that will all pay out. So you never lose that volume. So I don't ever feel like, oh gosh, I wasn't binary qualified for the month, so I'm going to lose that. You don't ever lose it.
Right. Yeah, which is awesome. Okay. Thank you, Pamela.
I'm trying to think of other things that, what did I bug you about when I first signed up, Laura? Because I was bugging you all the time.
I don't remember.
We were the blind leading the blind back then. You were less blind than me.
Can I ask, would it be possible for us to do like just a training just for us about like role playing on recruitment?
Role playing.
Yeah, let's say, like you and Pam recruit somebody. I mean, like you're recruiting each other.
Like a customer and an affiliate. Yeah, we could do that, Laura.
Yeah.
I love role playing.
I think that would,
Okay.
I think it would be good to see, I mean, just to see like what you do. I'm a real visual learner, and to see that, not just to read it, or I actually want, I'd like to be able to see it if it's possible. Maybe we could do it on a Zoom one night, and you know, Laura is recruiting you or you're recruiting Laura, just so we can see how it would go.
Yeah, we could do
That would
that, and we
actually be
can
really
offer.
helpful.
Oh, go ahead, Harrison. Sorry.
That would actually be really helpful to me as well.
Oh, that would be kind of fun.
Okay.
And we can offer
Yeah,
up some objections so we can see how we overcome those objections.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, it's just like sales training.
Exactly. Since you guys have been in different MLMs, you have a lot of experience at this, and like I have zero, but I'm really eager and willing to learn, and really want to really go for it. But I'm like, I just don't know how to approach people about it.
Well, we could, first of all, this is the girl, Laura, that when we were at convention in Vegas, she was talking to everybody waiting in the line, like every single person. if anybody even gave her an idea, like, oh, Rosemary's already out there talking to them, giving them her card. So she is not shy at all. So we just need to give you guys the tools on, it really comes down to how to overcome objections, right? Because that's the biggest stumbling block in any kind of sales. Well, if they say this, how do I respond to that with confidence?
Yeah. Do any of you guys watch the Ray Higdon Free Coaching Fridays that I post in the group?
I haven't. I should have, because I belong to his group too, and I keep getting the emails, but I haven't watched him. Does he do that?
Yeah, because it's the Free Coaching Fridays that I post in our group. I share them with you. He answers people's questions. People ask him questions, and he gives answers to them. So maybe to search in our group, Harrison and Rosemary, search Ray Higdon, and his videos will pop up that I put in there, and watch them. He's great. He's a crack up too. I mean, he's very easy to watch, whereas some other people aren't quite so easy. But
Yeah, and it's Higdon, Higdon.
and every Friday.
Okay, I'll look. I've been watching a lot of videos from a lot of different people, and it's just feels overwhelming, but there's a lot of good training out
Someone you relate to. You have to find someone that you relate to. Whereas,
oh yes, there's a lot of really good ones out there.
what I like about him, he's not one for building all this rapport before you ask them if they're interested in taking a look at what you're doing. Whereas a lot of people on social media say, build rapport first before you ask people. Build rapport, build rapport. You know, so that means basically you're going on their wall, you're commenting, you're, saying, what a nice family they have. Oh, I love that scarf you're wearing. Oh, that kind of stuff. So it takes a while. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so Rosemary went to her page. I told her, does she look beautiful today? And I love that dress, and I asked her where she got it from. Okay. Then I went to Harrison's page and I said, oh, that looks like you had a fun day today going to the races or something, And so that's building rapport, right? So you're going back and da-da-da-da. And then once you've done that for a while and they kind of know who you are, then you send them a message, asking if they're open to taking a look at what you're doing. If they say no, then you've wasted all this time building rapport, right? Because no. Ray Higdon his philosophy is even if they're not friends on Facebook and you see that they live in, let's say, Houston, you go, hi, Harrison, I see you live in Houston. I'm looking to expand my business in Houston, and I was just wondering if you're open to taking a look at what I'm doing. If not, no big deal. If not, no worries. So with that, you're not asking them to buy anything. You're not sending a link. You're not doing anything like that. Your message, you're you know, you let them know that you don't really know each other, right? Because they'll be going, well, why are you messaging me? Well, you've already told them that you don't really know each other. Why? You see that they live in Houston and you're looking to expand your business in Houston. So that's the why. And then if they're not interested, you give them an out saying, if not, no big work, no big deal, right? And so, but you can't send this to network marketers. That's the one thing, because network marketers have been told to build rapport. So if you send any of that message to network marketers, they'll come back at you. Why
They're
did you
just seeing right through you.
You know? But the general public doesn't know anything about that. You know, they don't know anything about having to build rapport and all that crap, right? So general public, like if I just got that message from someone, if I'm looking to, you know, needing some additional income, or like, you know, I might say, well, yeah, sure. What is it you're doing? You know, and then you just say, well, let me send you a quick video. It can explain it easier than I can. When would you be able to watch it? And then it'd be like a 10-minute video. When would you be able to watch it? And then they'll tell you when they're free, and then you send it to them. And you say, okay, so I'll follow up with you on Wednesday. Let's say they said they could watch it on Tuesday. I'll follow you up on Wednesday. So then when you follow up with them, you say, hi, Harrison. Just, you know, checking back in with you. You said you were able to watch the video, so I just wanted to know what you liked best. So that's what you ask them, what they liked best. Not if you have any questions or anything. What did you like best about what you saw? And then they'll respond to, you know, what they like best or what they didn't. And so that's just how you start the conversation going. And if people are not interested, then you know that up front, and then you can start building rapport after the fact, right? Then you can, because things in their life may change, but you've already put the question out there and you know that they're not interested right now, so then you can just move on to someone else and then circle back to them in a couple months, something like that. To me, that makes a lot more sense, and that's Ray Higdon's way. Then build rapport up front, asking them the question, and then they say no, and then you wasted all this time. And you have to have lists of what you said to all these people. So,
Right.
that's just me. And another thing, what he says, which I agree, is everyone.
Can you mute Shelley?
Okay, mute
I'm
Shelley.
muted.
Okay.
Oh, you are now. Sorry, Shelley.
And a lot of people can't, you know, building rapport has a knack. You know, some people aren't real wordsy and stuff and don't know how to build rapport, but everyone's able to ask the question, follow the script, right? Everyone can send a message that's a basic script, right? But a lot of people, you know, can't build rapport. And the people who can just send, you know, do this reporting things. These are people who like are influencers and already have big followings. So they just make some sort of post and everyone flocks to them. But most people aren't big influencers yet, right? So you just have to, but anyway, that's the whole Ray Higdon's philosophy. And I watch him and I like him. So he has YouTube videos too. So you can, you know, watch him then, you know, on YouTube. You can go to his Facebook page, Ray Higdon, and, you know, watch his videos there. I'm actually in his training group. It's $19.99 a month. It's called Rank Makers. And I love that group too. And every day he does like a training video, you know, it's like 10 minutes long or whatever. But, and then people in that group will ask questions, and then everyone in that group will answer, and blah, 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 you know, if anyone has $19.99 extra a month, I would highly recommend joining his group, Rank Makers.
And that makes a lot of sense too, because if you, I mean, I'm all about creating relationships. I think that's important, but you know, when you're trying to build a business and build it rather quickly so you can get the momentum going, sometimes it makes sense just to be direct and say, hey, would you have any interest? And if they say, No, I wouldn't say, might you know anybody
Yeah.
that you think might have, that maybe I should talk to? Because they might have friends that, somebody may say, oh, Harrison's mom, she does Pampered Chef. She really gets the network marketing space. I don't know if she'd be interested in this line of product or not, but might be worth talking to her.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Gosh, I was going to say something else too, and I forgot. Right when you were talking, I had this extra brilliance I was going to say, and I just forgot.
Well, you had a lot on your mind, girl. Oh my gosh, a big move to Idaho and having the kids and your mom visiting, that's a lot.
No, but
Yeah, it's just, I really try to, I almost play a game with myself. Like everybody I interact with, whether it's a wait staff in a restaurant or, because I'm always wearing my shirts. Unless I'm at a PanCan event, I am always wearing something that has to do with CBD. And so like I said, I talk to the Uber drivers about it because I think they're great candidates. I talk to waitstaff in restaurants about it. I hang out at Costco sometimes. I'll just carve a 2-hour slot out of my time and take my cart and do a little shopping, but I shop very slowly because I want people to see my shirt. I try to find ways, and sometimes I'm absolutely surprised. And even when I try so hard not to talk about it when I'm at a PanCan event, I was with a woman, she was my last lunch appointment before I flew out of Dallas on Sunday. Straight PanCan, she actually is a several-year survivor. I get a text from her today, and she said, well, I didn't really want to talk about it, when I saw you, because it was with the PanCan group, but guess who needs some CBD oil? And she signed up as a new customer today just because she sees my Facebook page. She knows that I do more than just PanCan. I do more than just pancreatic cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And she needs it. And she said, and I've got a friend in Chicago that needs it. So she's already thinking about other people that need it too. So in that case, I didn't even have to talk to her about it. She just had to be my Facebook friend because I'm posting about it so often that people know what I do and they trust me, and everybody's friends and family and, colleagues will trust them too.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Okay, does that kind of help you kind of get the ball rolling on how to start?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, but seriously, follow Ray Higdon. I think he's great. Because what I was going to say, it wasn't brilliant, but my train of thought was, it's not brilliant. But like the people who are building rapport, how many times have you had a message saying, hi, how are you? Fine. I liked blah, blah, blah. They're doing all these little comments, and you're like, okay, I know what you're doing. Get to the point. You're just waiting for them to say, would you like, get to the point. And then, because I had this gal thing, and then finally she got to the point. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not interested in that. So she wasted all this time, because she would say, do a little thing and then wait a week, and then do a little thing and wait a week, and do. And so she just wasted all that time. That's why I just think that his thing of getting straight to the point, find out if they're open or not. If they're not, then keep in touch with them and build rapport and stuff, because a lot of people's life changes, and since you build rapport with them, then they'll come back to you, right? But yeah, you don't need to do it.
I think a lot of people too, at least I found this for myself, a lot of people were watching me for like the first 6 months, because I had a guy from my high school that I never even knew in high school, but somehow he became a Facebook friend. And he wrote to me in June of one year and said, I've been watching your posts since December, and I think I need to talk to you about CBD oil. So people really do watch. They pay attention. They make sure that you're still in the game. They make sure that your store is still open, and they're watching and watching and watching, and they're seeing other people getting help from what you're doing. And at some point they're going to say, oh gosh, I maybe could use some of that, or my animals could use some of that. So that's why it's really important to keep posting consistently, and not always product sales. You know, it should be some educational blurbs, some curiosity blurbs. Laura, today we talked with Harrison about kind of those engagement posts, you know, about, hey, I'm going to buy a new vacation home. Where should it be? Because people, human nature has people they feel compelled to respond to those because they want their opinion, their voice heard.
Right.
So those are great just engagement opportunities, so you can get people to start seeing your stuff.
Right. And just like in your adventure too, you know, people follow your adventure. Like so many people have followed our adventure of moving to Idaho. And
yeah,
I have so many more, you know, likes and stuff and comments on posts now because people have followed, you know, our adventure. And I really noticed that from before when we moved, that my engagement's a lot higher now because they're you know, they're like part of our moving process, you know, so it's.
Well, they feel like they're part of your life, so you're just going to have to pretend like you're moving once a month.
There you go.
No, it's great. I mean, I have gotten probably, it's probably about 450 likes now, just on my Alex Trebek thing from yesterday. That's crazy. That's probably the most engagement I've had because people are interested in that. So sometimes it's just posting. Like I saw Jenna did a post the other day and she was getting all kinds of interaction. And she's at one point, one of her comments to somebody that had commented on her post was, hey, I just do this to create a little controversy to have people engage. So sometimes that's a good strategy. You know, you have to be a little careful sometimes what you're posting about, but you know, Jenna's really good at that. She's really good at posting something a little borderline controversial just to have people start jumping in, and she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
So that's a strategy too.
Another thing, Harrison, I would recommend not putting Hempworx and not saying that you're using Hempworx products, but saying that you're using the highest quality CBD oil. The thought behind that is if you're saying Hempworx, that you're using Hempworx, people are going to go Google it. They're going to go to Amazon. They're going to go to eBay. Our products are not allowed to be sold there, but there's always people who break the rules and they get in there, and corporate tries to keep shutting them down, but they keep popping up. So if you just make a post and you say it's Hempworx, you could be losing a lot of sales. Top leaders, they can do it because they already have all the influence, right? So you'll see like the Butlers, who are #1 in the company, they post Hempworx all the time, and Candice Bird Davis, you know, because they're already influencers. But when you're just starting out, you want people to come to you and ask you what you're using, and then you take it into a private message, and then you let them know and give them your link once they're ready to order.
We talked a little bit about that today, even how we made that transition from, remember when we first started doing this and we were using the t-shirts and the branding that all said Hempworx on it, and then we realized, oh gosh, people could so easily say, oh yeah, I remember she does Hempworx, so let me go to hempworx.com and place an order. And even though they ask you, you know, what affiliate sent you here, people aren't going to remember, or they're not even going to know. So we were sharing with Harrison today, excuse me, that now we just buy our shirts on Amazon and they're just not branded, because we're branding ourselves.
Right. And if they go Google Hempworx, they're going to find negative stuff. You can find negative stuff on anything that you Google, right? Yeah. So we don't want them to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna sign off now.
Okay, we're
Okay,
gonna get
Rosemary,
going.
have fun.
Okay, and I'll see you tomorrow, Pam.
Okay. Yeah,
And
just shoot
welcome,
me a text in the
Harrison.
morning.
I will. Thank you.
Okay.
We'll see you guys.
Okay.
Bye. I mean, that's cool. Oh, I gotta run now. I gotta go do Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Harrison, we usually have more people than just this small group, but I think, the closer we get to the holidays, people are just kind of getting a little sidetracked, and because people know that we also post the recording the next day. But I think it's always really good to come on live because it's more interactive and you can just ask questions, get information.
Right. Yeah, if you have a question that pops into your head, you can get it answered right away.
Right,
Live.
right.
Yeah.
But I just want to say welcome again. And Laura, you need to go do birthday with your hubby now. And
Yeah.
Harrison, thank you so much for taking the time to jump on just so you can start meeting some of the other people. And Laura, I was sharing with them too. I want to start doing, after the first of the year, more of those opportunity meetings since I have the use of Logan's room over there at Logan's Roadhouse. And I have the screen and I have the projector and all that stuff that I
Definitely.
bought. I really want to do that so people can start bringing, prospective customers, prospective affiliates. I like doing those kinds of face-to-face things. So
Yeah, it's great to do both social media and face-to-face, incorporate them both. Yeah, because there's a lot of people that aren't social media people too.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Want to do it.
Harrison, you were talking today about when you asked about if we were allowed to do events, and what type of event were you talking about?
I am part of the Southern California pirate community.
Southern
Like
California.
pirate, like in pirate, like yo ho ho.
Yes, like most of our group has done Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Been actors in that movie, been extras.
Oh, very cool.
Awesome.
And so you guys have events where they sometimes have space available?
Yes.
That would be so awesome. Wow.
Yeah, you can do it anywhere. Yeah, you're allowed to do wherever you want. As long as the place lets you do it, you can do it.
Okay.
And Pam has all the setup too, right? That
Yeah.
you installed.
I do. In fact, that's why Rosemary's coming tomorrow because she borrowed a couple of my tablecloths while hers were being made. So I have her new ones here that our gal just dropped off, and she's bringing mine back and some of my display things because we share because it's silly for all of us to go out and buy it until your team gets bigger. But you do need the write-ups. I will tell you that. I found out this past tax year that you need as many write-ups as you can come up with. So. Because I don't want to end up having to pay taxes on anything. So anyway, well, Laura, go do happy birthday with Tom, and Harrison, thank you so much for joining us. We're excited.
Yeah, it was great
Yeah.
meeting you. Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
All right, well, have a great evening, everybody. Thank you, Laura, for taking time out of your day to jump on because you could have been doing so many other things.
You guys are very important.
What time are you, Zona? Are you guys Mountain Time?
I'm going to stop the recording real quick.